With the 7-year anniversary, LR is now officially revealed. The hype train has officially kicked off, and we are going to be talking about a lot of different elements of this upcoming celebration, especially until we get the reveal in the JP livestream. We can be speculating like crazy for the next couple of days. So let's do that. Let's embrace the speculation station, and let's start looking at potential EZAs in the upcoming 7-year anniversary. Of course, this is for JP first, but global players, I know a lot of you have now already made the decision to save until the 7-year anniversary, and it is never a bad thing to do that. So we are going to be feeding into that hype a little bit by looking over some potential EZA candidates. But before we do, make sure to follow me on Twitter. I posted this a little while ago, and I want you guys to be a part of the conversation. Do you like the God Saiyans more? Do you like the Super Saiyan 4 more? Or are you a little salty about the lack of the Vegito Blue? So make sure to follow me on Twitter. It's very easy. You know, might as well just do this real quick. It's very easy to do, and it will make you a better person. So do it. Why not? Let's take a look at the 6-year anniversary, because in the 6-year anniversary, that's obviously the last prominent example of something like this in terms of hype and the whole year anniversary thing. In this celebration, we not only received the Dual Dokkan Fest and, of course, the double LRs, but we received some EZAs, some very notable ones too. Starting from part 2 of the 6th year anniversary, we had the Ultra Instinct Goku EZA. So if we had to simply just replace this and fit this with the times now with the 7-year anniversary, what would be a good potential unit to throw in here as a replacement for the Ultra Instinct Goku? My first answer is probably going to be the Super Saiyan 4 Full Power Goku, because of the fact that this unit is from Shadow Dragon Saga. This unit is long overdue for an EZA, Dokkan Fest category lead, full power. This unit makes a lot of sense. I would say the second leading candidate for that spot would have to be the Tech Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, but the only reason why I'm less inclined to put this one as number 1 is based on the fact that the antithesis to that unit, the Omega Shenron, is also in dire need of an EZA. So if we are going to get one, it wouldn't make sense to not have the other. Now, if we are going to be getting a Part 2 LR that could potentially be LR Omega Shenron, then this would actually make a whole lot of sense, giving Part 2's EZA marquee category lead EZA to the Gogeta, and then have the next part's EZA go to Omega Shenron. It would actually make a lot of sense. So let's just say, for argument's sake, it does not end up panning out that way, because we don't really know yet. Then I would say that the Super Saiyan 4 Full Power would make more sense. This is the only Shadow Dragon Saga Goku unit that is a TUR unit. The other Goku Super Saiyan 4 LR is the Super Saiyan 4 4-year unit, which is not going to be getting an EZA. It's not time for that yet. We're not at a point in Dokkan, folks, where we can jump the gun and give EZAs to anniversary units that just released a couple years prior. I don't know if we're there yet. Maybe the 3 years. Before we get the 3-year LRs, I don't think we're going to be getting the year 4 LRs. So it would probably have to go to this guy. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree or disagree with that. I would rather it be Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, to be honest. This is one of my favorite units on the fusion category, and this definitely needs an EZA, attack plus 120. I mean, it's already pretty broken with the great chance to evade and counter, but giving it more meat on the defensive end is definitely worthwhile. Plus, making the nerfing agent a little bit more powerful is also important, especially since the Dokkan Festival counterpart to this guy is already a lot stronger. Let's make this guy a little bit more relevant. So that is the first question. Which one would be substituted right here? That is it for the second part. Moving on to part 3, that's where the intensity really kicks up. We have the double LR summons, right? We have the Team Universe 7 and the LR17 Frieza. But then we got the biggest hyped EZA yet, the Goku Frieza EZA. Now, I was not expecting this, even though 6-year anniversary is a thing and all. Because of the fact that this unit's EZA, or the leader skill for this unit, was 177%, I just couldn't imagine the unit getting an EZA, because how do you make that leader skill even more powerful? Well, they made the sub lead more powerful. Now, that doesn't mean that they won't do an update to the EZA leader skill ability, but assuming what the LR could be for this year, I feel like they could actually tinker with the leader skill a little bit. Thinking about what there could be for a potential LR EZA candidate, the only one that could really come to mind was the Broly Chilai Lemo, because the other EZA or the other LRs would be Goku Vegeta Super Saiyan 4, not going to happen. The Legion of Shadow Dragons, the free-to-play Battlefield unit that just released on Global and JP for the Battlefield shop, that's not going to happen. And then there's really not much else. So this would be the only other option. And I don't think it's a bad option, because this unit does deserve more love, because it's not really a favorable unit. It's not a unit that I prefer to use a whole lot, especially on movie bosses. Just the link set is so bizarre that you don't see this type of a combination of links in a whole lot of places. So you're not going to be getting a whole lot of synergy on very many teams. So the least you could do is kind of make up for it by letting this unit kind of function as its own thing individually, which it already did to an extent, right? It has the guaranteed dodge factor with 7 or more key spheres, but a very unique skill set nonetheless. Does a different thing based on the types of orbs that it picks up, has a nuking passive, can gain a little bit more defense and offense based on the passive skill as well as the super attack and the ultra super attack. Movie bosses as a whole, in terms of the category lead, could definitely use an upgrade, so maybe make this 150, increase the sub lead. They could do all sorts of things with this unit. And I feel like with this one, they could really get creative with how they work the unit with that EZA, because I would love to see how they tinker with the numbers here. But that's really the only candidate for the LR portion of this EZA. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree or disagree with that. And then we've got the free-to-play ones. This is what they had on the, on the 6-year anniversary. This is not to say, of course, that JP and Global are going to follow this exact same thing this year. They could totally change things up, as they probably should. But in terms of, incorporating EZAs, they're not going to be shoving like 10 to 12 EZAs. It's going to be within moderation. I do say that while looking at the fact that they gave us 4 right here. Then they gave us the LR. Yeah, I mean, it's still not too bad. My point still stands. So assuming that they are going to be giving us a bunch of free-to-play EZAs, or maybe just like a grouping of EZAs, what more could we get? Let's just go through some of the candidates here that I've listed out. For the Dragon Ball Super Broly side, I feel like at this point it's just a foregone conclusion. We are getting the God Saiyans EZA. Like, look at this promo material. This is the base SSR Super Saiyan version of the 2 God Saiyans. Like, why would they not give these 2 EZAs? It makes no sense if they wouldn't. I feel like what's going to happen is these 2 are going to get their EZAs, and then the Gogeta and the Broly will simply be saved for another celebration where they get more of a focus. Because right now it's all about Goku Vegeta, as I mentioned in the last video. What they said in the presentation was that it's about Goku Vegeta and the rivalry between them. While the Broly is involved to an extent in the celebration in the form of the Ultimate Red Zone event, it's not about Broly. Unless, of course, they do something in the Part 2 LRs where they give us the enemies of the Part 1 LRs. So if they give us like an LR Broly and an LR Mega Shenron, then it would potentially make more sense to include these guys with their EZAs. However, you can't have this Broly get an EZA without the Gogeta getting an EZA. And if the Gogeta Blue gets an EZA, doesn't quite add up, especially if we don't get the LR Blue Gogeta that people were expecting. Because at the moment, as you saw in my tweet, this is our LR. We don't have a Gogeta here. Some people are holding out hope that this Gogeta Blue can come from this unit, maybe via an active skill or, something else. But it's, not looking like we're going to be getting a Gogeta Blue. So it would just seem kind of weird for them to give us a Gogeta Blue EZA without one. So there is that. Moving on here, we've got the Paragus and Broly. This unit desperately needs an EZA, especially defensively. This guy needs some sort of help. Attack plus 130 is good and all, but, all it does is really support, and then that's it. It's causing supreme damage and lowering attack doesn't really work a whole lot, and it just needs more defense. So if this unit were to get an EZA, I wouldn't complain. Doesn't quite fit the theme of the Goku Vegeta element, but still do want to point it out as a potential candidate. And then the last 2 on the Dragon Ball Super Broly side would be the 2 remaining free-to-plays. When I say remaining, these are the 2 remaining free-to-play units on the story event that they all come from that don't have an EZA. And that EZA was from the Dragon Ball Super Broly. They gave Code Goku, Code Vegeta, and Gogeta all EZAs, but these 2 remaining free-to-play units don't have any sort of love. So again, if there's going to be some sort of a villain part 2, maybe this could be a part of that villain part 2 in terms of EZAs. And I would not be opposed to that because I love free-to-play, and I feel like this Broly needs to be viable because I never use him, and I want to. Raising attack is cool and all, but when your stats are kind of low and you're free-to-play, this isn't going to help you in the long run. And then the Frieza, I feel like the Frieza is actually much better. You can run this Frieza on regular events, as I do from time to time. Good support for movie bosses, good link set, and yeah, nice defense. Could be a whole lot better, but still, nice defense. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Dragon Ball Super Broly side. Now let's switch over to the GT side. I don't have too many options here in terms of potential EZAs that I'm kind of looking at. I feel like, as I mentioned, the full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku makes a whole lot of sense, as well as the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and the Omega Shenron, assuming we have a Villains Part 2 LR. That would definitely make this unit a lot more reasonable for an EZA, especially since the Shadow Dragon Saga's EZA scene is a little, I wouldn't say weak in terms of remaining candidates, but there just aren't ones that make a whole lot of sense. Like Super Saiyan 4, Vegeta already has an EZA. This Goku has an EZA. Oob has an EZA, or Majub. Omega Shenron, Sin Shenron. There's already a lot here. And actually, I do want to point out, this guy could get an EZA too. Maybe. I don't know. Throw on the 8 Vegeta, sure. You know, this guy, as soon as I awakened him and I rainbowed him, I never used him. Let's give this guy an EZA. Let's retroactively boost the power of Giant Form, shall we? Why not? I wouldn't be opposed to that. Would you? I think that'd be pretty cool. Give more Giant Form units their EZAs, especially Global. Global's got some pretty solid Giant Form units at the moment. So that's pretty much it, folks. I can't really think of anything else for EZAs. I don't think it would make sense for them to do the Year 4 LRs, as I mentioned. This is just simply too soon. So the only possible EZAs that make sense with the theme would be Super Saiyan 4 Goku and the Gogeta and maybe the Omega Shenron. But other than that, that is it. Oh, and you know what? Maybe Pan. Maybe Pan, too. Pan can get EZA because she just had the STR Pan receiving an EZA, so why not this one, too? Other than that, folks, that is pretty much it, and I don't want to draw this out any longer. What do you guys think about all of these EZAs? Which ones seem more likely? Which ones do not seem likely? Am I crazy? Am I not crazy? Let's discuss. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments if it's more likely for us to see God Goku and God Vegeta EZAs, or AGL Super Saiyan Gogeta and Physical Dragon Ball Super Broly. Is that duo more likely, or are the God Saiyan EZAs more likely? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future, and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it! Thanks again, stay tuned, and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.